Coming straight out of Ecam. This is a jam for the Ecam fam. Ecam fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecam fam. Ecam fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecam fam. This is a jam for the Ecam fam. This is a jam for the Ecam fam. Ecam fam is the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
Now showtime, are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready? Let's go.
What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. All right, people, you know what it is. It is time for the Ecam demo. And, yeah, we're going to do some things. Oh, my God. If you guys know me, you know how much I hate dirty glasses. It is, like, the worst thing ever. Anyway, so we're going to get in. If you're new around here, let us know that you're new so that we can cater the lessons to you. Most of the Ecam fam in the chat down there has been here a few times, so they kind of know what's going on. But if you have something specific, make sure you drop a Q colon in front of your question, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I was just in the Discord talking to Susan because she's in a position to upgrade her computers, and she had this plan, which was get a base level studio and a medium to higher end MacBook or MacBook Air. And she goes to Apple. Somebody who doesn't do what we do told her to just get a high-end MacBook Pro. I want to be the first one to tell you that answer is wrong. Her original idea is the way to go. If possible, you always want to have a dedicated streaming machine, because what that allows you to do is take out the things that normally will cause you hassle. In other words, you don't install anything on that machine except for Ecam and a browser and Zoom, and that's sort of about it. You want to skip everything else if possible. Things that come up here and there you might need, fine. Maybe you'll edit on it because they're not really going to do much as far as affecting your live stream. So if you get your Final Cut or your Scenery or your CapCut or whatever, Premiere, that's not going to bother anything. But having a whole bunch of extra stuff will be the thing that slows your machine down. So it is in the best interest, if possible, to get yourself a dedicated machine. You don't have to. This is not a must-have. This is the best way to do it, right? And so this Mac Studio right here, it kind of doesn't do much but Ecam and Zoom. And, I do email and things like that, but I don't put a lot of crazy stuff on here. Anything I want to try something new, be weird or whatever, that's all going on the MacBook Pro. And then that's a better look. So I wanted to put that up front so that we could clip this and send this to Susan so she could hear my explanation out loud. She's probably waiting for me to answer her in the Discord. I should have told her to pop over to the demo because then she would have heard this, sort of first hand. So I'll send her a message and be like, come back and watch the very beginning of the demo and then it'll make sense. What's the best way to zoom in on stuff when screen sharing? First of all, don't tell Alec I said this. I hate Pro Mouse. That's just dude. It doesn't work. I don't know. I've tried it 100,000 times. It doesn't do what I do. Roy is built into Mac OS. 100% built into Mac OS. You don't need anything except for know how to use your Mac. And why is... hold on. Stream Deck requires unplugging and plugging. This one right here, I always have to unplug it and plug it back in. I have no idea why. Well, I'm gonna rewire the studio anyway, so it'll make sense. Okay. So now, did you bite? No, you don't bite. Why you have to be a pain in the butt to me, huh? Let me try this. There's this. Nope. All right, and I'll do it by hand. So if I come in here and then do this, this is just straight up built into Mac OS. All right, so let's do this. Danny, it's a spectrum. It's set to go according to my voice. System settings, accessibility, zoom, use keyboard shortcuts to zoom. Command Option 8. Command Option plus, Command Option minus. Also use your trackpad. Double tap with 3 fingers to pop in real quick. Double tap with 3 fingers to pop out real quick. Or you can use the control key plus the scroll wheel on the mouse to do this. And then you can specify full size, split screen, picture in picture, whatever. And then I also have the ever impressive hover text. So if I were to hold down this, I can show you when it has things to say. You know what I mean? So now, what I've done is put it onto the old deck of streams. So if I were to do this here and then remote control this over here. Wake up, Maggie. You see? So I set it to the knob. Woo. Because I'm a boss. So that way I can control it. You know what I mean? And then there you go. So that is how you do that, Brother Roy. Okay? Then here, let's just put this over here. Look at these nerds. Look at this exact collection of nerds. That is a whole bunch of nerds right there. Especially this old guy right here. Jesus. What can we tell you? All right, there you go. Now you have it, Mr. Roy. That's how I do it. Yeah, that's what it is. Because I did update to the latest. And then it worked. It did what it worked. So there's that. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that old man either. All right, so now let's get into this. Ken, today is your show. And Daryl, this only works if you actually have that turned on. Some machines don't have it set by default. So that's why I go in here and I set it. And I also set the shortcut keys. It should work, but it doesn't always work. It depends. If someone's accidentally turned it off or another application turned it off, so it's better that you go in and set it. I should actually switch it to my foot pedals. It'll be easier. All right. I don't see any more questions. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Oh, wait. That is Phil talking. All right. So let me close this. You guys know the first thing we're going to do to make this easier for everybody who's brand new is we're going to close all the stuff that freaks people out because somebody told them that having a bunch of menus or whatever is somehow over that word that I don't use. I don't use that word. That word is stupid. So we're going to ignore that word, and I'm going to just start like this. Okay? Boom. Yolanda, I was supposed to send you an email, but I totally forgot. So now that you're here, Paul will give you the link to the Discord. My crew, all of the people that I train, we hang out in my personal Discord. Paul will give you the link in a second. All you got to do is come over there and hang out. And then if you want to be part of the LGL Insiders, you can do that too. You'll find it. It's all in the Discord. Anyway, so I just cleaned all these things out. I don't know about you guys. I like to come in and clean out anything that I might have accidentally put in. So even over here, I was making like, weird little things. I like to go in and clean out everything. I like to leave it basically set up as it is. Okay? Now, I do have some cool things that I do. Like I have this crowd situation where if I were to press on a C key, I can make that happen. I also have an E key to drop Ecam coins, but those live in the all scene section up here in the top. And you'll notice next to my all scene sections, I have little hotkeys, right? So if I wanted to say sup to somebody, I can just hit A. Right? So those are my little hotkeys, but those live in all scenes. Everywhere else, when I go to a scene, I clean out all of the unnecessary rubbish. You know what I mean? Because it just makes you confused. So before every show, I go to each scene and I clean out all the unnecessary stuff that you build up as you're building. Okay, so we're going to break this down real quick. Up here in the top, we have our profiles. Whee! So the profiles would be all of the various shows that I do. I got tons. I'm about to add some more. Okay? So in these profiles, you can't change it once you're live. It is what it is. Look, Alfred, when I hit control key comment twice, Alfred pops up. So it freaks my thing out when I roll the zoom button. Yeah, there you go. I don't have to change my Alfred hotkey, but I hate it. So the profiles is your overarching house. Each profile is a different house, right? Your scenes are the individual rooms in that house. So in this particular setup, I have my checklist scene. I have my intro scene, because do the checklist before you start. Then I have my host scene and my buy scene, and we're going to build some more scenes. So think of these as various rooms in the house. Then the overlays is the furniture that you're going to put in that room. So ignoring the things that I have in all scenes, the only thing I have in this current scene is a placeholder comment. And that placeholder comment allows me to put the comment where I want. Okay, so when I go to build this new scene, there's nothing. As a matter of fact, it's going to look like this. Actually, I lied. It's going to look like this. So to my new people, there's only one rule in Ecam and one rule only. And if you ask most people, they won't even know this rule because I made this rule up and all of my people follow it. And trust me, it is the way. This is the way. I don't have my Mandalorian helmet. Otherwise, I'd put it on and tell you this is the way. Open up your preferences. It's Command Comma on every program in the Mac planet, right? Open up your preferences, go to video, and set your default source mode to blank. It's going to come out of the box as camera. It always comes out of the box as camera, because if you were to download this software in order to help you do some live streaming and you turned it on and you had a black screen, that might mess you up. So we purposely set it for camera, but don't do that. It will make your job harder when you have to fix something on the fly. If something happens and you need to make an adjustment, a change, whatevs, you're going to wish, sure as grits as groceries, you started with blank. So just trust me and start with blank. Never start with screen share, because you might have your yellow and black browser page open on another tab and then you just told the whole planet. Okay, so start with blank. Cross dissolves, whatever, that's up to you. Everything else in here is really up to you. This is the one that I say you must set to blank. All right, now we're going to show you why. So let me go ahead and delete this new scene again. And then I'm going to create a new scene, blank. This is what we want. Okay, now what I have done in my situation is in the background over here. Wait, why you do that, Stay there. I pressed the wrong thing. In the background, I have two background elements that I added. Okay, these are nothing more than images. So on my computer here, I have a asset library where I keep all of my things. Let me make this a wee bit smaller. Okay, I call it the Ecam Media Library. So I have things from an Ecam show. I have things for the Cyber Monday special that we did, on which I'm just saving until the next one. I have things for the flow, and I have things for my show. If I open the Ecam one, I have animations, background, fonts, images, mechanicals, movies, PDFs, profiles, scenes, sound effects, sound and music, URLs. Okay? Now, you don't have to copy this layout, but I'm going to leave it here for you to screenshot. And then after you finish doing it your way, and you decide to come back and do it my way, just send me a message, be like, okay, Doc, you was right. Okay, so what happens is somebody will update their Ecam, and when they update their Ecam, they are missing a scene, and then they are super angry because they lost the scene, right? I don't have this problem because I got all of my scenes in here. So, for instance, if I wanted to just put this scene in the show, look, all I have to do is double click it, and then it's going to open up and go into the scene. Actually, it's this one was made with the older version of Ecam, so I'll just drag it in here. Look, there it is. Scene is just there, good to go, right? I could just drag that up to where it goes, and then I could go from here, and then I can introduce my guests, and all I would do is change the camera for the guests, and I'm squared away. So I think it's important that you have your assets in a place where you can find it. So again, I have my animations. You saw these animations earlier, right? I keep them in a nice, easy to find spot. I don't have any GIFs at the moment. I deleted them. I got my WebMs if I need to use any of them. I keep everything in a nice, easy to find spot. But the key thing is they cannot live on the cloud, okay? So don't do that. Don't live them on the cloud. Anyway, so here's my backgrounds. I'm going to just pull in an extra one, pop it. Now, what I want to show you, and this is important, we're going to move this down and out the way for a smidgy. What I want to show you, and this is hyper important, this says show in the current scene. If I make a new scene, it goes back to blank. If I go back to this scene, there's that background. So what you want to do is drag this background down to here. And so now when I go to my new scene, the background stays. And every subsequent new scene I make, the background stays because the background is down here. Today, we're not going to use orange. We're going to use purple because that's what I do. But just know that if you want a background to live all the way through your show, you do that. If you want a background for each individual scene, you put that there. Now, also, what I will show you as I dip out real quick, don't do this, but I'm obligated by contract to show you. You can put a subsequent movie film back there and make it a moving background. I will laugh at you. Moving backgrounds are really obnoxious. Don't do that. And people do it. I'm going to just tell you, don't do it. There's here, let me answer this question. First of all, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that you got some it's the easiest way to explain this. We don't do that at the moment. Yeah, Ecam is better than all the other options. You know the best way to noise cancel? The proper microphone. Paul and Luis, a couple of my other people in the chat, they use this stupid application called Crisp. I'm going to call it that. I can't stand it. I think it's ignorant. I think you should always put actual hardware whenever you can put actual hardware, because you can do it with software. Applications like Crisp do work, but after you pay for Crisp for 3 years, you should have just bought a new microphone. So just get a microphone that actually does it for you. But if you insist on doing it the Paul way, there's Chris. Chris will totally do what you want it to do. It's built in the Discord. It's kind of sort of built, a similar thing is built in the Zoom. I believe they probably built it in the OBS. But we don't for 1 second pretend to try to be OBS. They're a whole different ball of wax. And no matter how cool little weird features that people add in, it's open source. So that means no one is responsible. So you cannot hit up support. You don't have a community of people that know what they're doing and whatever. So Crisp is one way. Another way is an actual thing known as a DBX 286S, which is the real way to do it. Let me grab this real quick. I'm going to pop it back over, and I'll show you. The best way to do it will always be hardware. And again, Paul will stand by his dumbass decision, but I'm going to let him have it because he's my bestie. This is DBX 286S. This will absolutely solve any noise problems that anybody has. You can buy one of these used for like $199. I've known Paul for 3 years. He's been using Crisp the whole time. For what he's paid monthly for Crisp, he could have bought a DBX 286S. At this point, he spent one of these in the rack. Andy will tell you. So the real way, good microphone, good hardware. The crazy way, DBX 286S. Or the crazy way is Crisp. I should have started the question, Matthias. I should have asked you what microphone do you have, because more than likely you could do it with your microphone. More than likely there's things that you can do in your space to get rid of some of that air. I don't use any noise suppression whatsoever. This is just how the mic sounds, because it's a Shure SM7B. It just 86s all kind of mic sounds. Dynamic mics would be the way to go. Crisp is basically an audio unit mark. Hup. Yes, Crisp is basically an audio unit. VSTs and audio units are audio plugins, and they totally work, but again, just do it in hardware. Anyway, Matthias, if you get a chance, answer back and let us know what type of microphone you have, and then I can see if I can help you there too. But yeah, let me put this in parentheses. We have already developed the ability for Ecam to take certain VST or audio unit plugins. It's still in testing. Naturally, the Zoom integration took precedence, but it's already been developed. I've seen it. I know it's out there. it will come sooner or later, and then you guys can play with all these things to your heart's content. I'm just worried it's going to turn into a massive support nightmare because you're going to have people trying to use audio engineering stuff that don't know nothing about audio engineering. So there's that. All right, let's go. We were making a new scene. All right, we got that new scene there. And then what we want to do is go ahead and pull up another camera. Audio units are audio units. It doesn't matter whether they're Mac native or not. The Mac native ones are just guaranteed to work because they're Mac, but it's the exact same thing. And you're saying Dasani versus Nestle versus Sparklets. It's water. Yeah, Matthias, I got you. What type of mic? I know you have a mic, but I want to know what type of mic. Oh, nice. Motorhome action. Love it. That's dope. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, for this particular scene, I don't want the comments to live all the way up there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on this particular scene, I'm going to come up to overlays, and I'm going to go down here to where it says add a placeholder comment. Bingo. And then I'm going to adjust this. Ooh. Was there a widget? Is there a widget? Yeah, let me move that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you blood clot lima bean. All right. I'm just making it to the size that I wish it to be. And call it that. Then I'm going to hit down here where I want it to go. All right, so now when I bring in the comments, these ones are going to land here. But on this particular scene, it's going to stay up there. Okay? Coolio with the flow. All right, now let's go. Let's add a camera. Down here on the bottom, these are the things that you can add. You can add camera, web widget, clock, shape, empty text box, screen share, animation, image. We're going to start with a camera. Bingo. Because I was messing around earlier, my camera is a circle. We don't want that. We're going to go to Squircle. Okay, there we go. Divine USB Pro 1. Sorry, what's your name, Andy? I was going to call you Roy. Got it. There we go. There we go. So, let me look this up. I believe, and I forgot who it is. I'm going to have to think about this. One of the microphone people is either Shure or Rode. Their app that's designed for their microphone will actually work with any USB mic. So that will allow you to have some built-in processing, if you will, and that will help you out. One of the, not that I want you to buy a new mic, Matthias, one of the reasons why you have more noise than you want is a condenser mic does not reject noise. A dynamic mic rejects noise. Condenser mics are naturally louder. Because of what they're designed for. They're expecting a quiet, a studio, things of that nature. Being where you are and being on the road and needing to reject noise, you would actually be better off with something that is a dynamic microphone. Something like the Samsung Q2U, which in the US is $60. But it won't make any noise. It's a very quiet microphone. So your biggest challenge right now is using a condenser mic in a space with no sound blocking whatsoever. you're going to have a challenge even with something like Crisp. Okay. Yes, okay, that's the one. Thank you, Saeed. It's the Shure Motive app. The Shure Motive app, you download that. Let me give you a link, and that might help you. That might go a long way. Pop this link in the chat. This might help you because it has some things in there that you can do in order to help with noise suppression. All right, anyway, so here's my window. As you can tell, this is the wrong prettiness for how I get down because I was messing around with Yolanda last week. So I'll go here and I can just copy this. I keep this folder. Let me explain for the new people. This is my folder of how I do my show. So I keep this in a folder called Mechanicals so I can always get back and put things back after I mess it up trying to do a demo. What's cool about Ecam is I can copy this. I could go back to my scene over here, right click on this and say paste the settings, and it's already gravy. Just that simple, right? So I'll put this in the corner like this and adjusticate it like such. And then I'm going to go grab me a text box. And then for said text box, I'm going to put Dick, Rick. No. Why did I have a brain fart all of a sudden? There we go. Check this out. I'm going to cheat. Bam. So I'm going to press paste. And then this is not how I like it formatted. But what we'll do is I'll just show you if I press this pencil. And then I can go to background, pick a color. I can go to border, pick a color. I can increase the width. I normally set mine for 8. There are little numbers inside here. And then I set my quarter radius. I set it for 12. I can take off the corners, add the corners back like such. But let's just roll with that. And then I'm going to go edit text. And then I'm going to poop back out. And in my edit text, I'm going to make some adjustments here. So if I have this on 64, I take the second line and drop it down by a size. If I had, I'll just show you, if I had this on 36, I still would take the second line and drop it down to 24. It's just how it works, right? If somehow it just works better. Fonts, believe it or not, are very mathematical in their equations, and it really does help things out. Okay. So, use my font, and then I'm going to pick regular, and then on that, I'm going to press semi-bold, and then on this here, go back to my font, and then I'm going to press thin. Cool. Now, I'm a weird. I just like to make things different. So, what I often do is take this part, hit the text color, and where's my Ecam? Bingo. And then I take this one, hit color, and then do that. That's just me being weird. Anyway, so there's my little box. What I do is I shrink it to the size that I want, and then I pull this out to about 80%. It's not real math. It's just, or maths for my UK people with an S, because there's more than one math. And I can call it a day. All right. So now that's set. What we're going to do real quick is we're going to go into this folder where I keep everything and go to images. I'm going to grab the logo, grab my little Ecam logo, poop, and then I'm going to unembiggen it about like such. Wow, how is that perfect like such? Did you see that? Oh my God. All right, so now I'm going to come into this area here. We're going to do a little magic. So we're going to press this folder. We're going to call this host. You don't even yell at me. I'm in charge. We're going to press host. Okay, we're going to drag the camera, drop it in there. We're going to put the logo, drop it in there, the lower third, drop it in there, and put the comment back on top. Bingo. Now, we're going to lock this up. And you'll see why when I poop out. If I grab anything, it sticks together. It might be better if we stick together, right? So now, all I need to do is click on my face, hold down the option key, drag. Oh my God, so simple, right? And then we're going to just take the name of this and say co-host. There you go. So now we're set. Just add your co-host in, call it a day. Call it a day. Not any longer Andy. Not any longer. Man, Andy, come on. Where you been, son? Andy's fired. What'd you say, Roy? Back to the Zoom talk. I forget how to activate it. Oh, yeah. No, it's Command Option 8. Bing, bing. Or just use a key like I do. All right. Oh, what do you mean you want to know how to make the resource paste? You just make it. All right. We'll do that. We'll do that for Ali because Ali is strange today. Let's get you, Ollie. I got you. Let's do this. These corners are way too round. They're making my face hurt. Come here. Center. Man, I keep asking for, I just want a single button press to hit center. All right, that's better. That's better. And actually today, we're doing orange. Why that's not the same color? All right. Boom. And then if we're going to play around here, we might as well do this too. Actually, what I just did was stupid. Wait, I'm going to undo these real quick. I'm going to show you why what I just did was stupid. Because, again, I just taught you right-click here, copy, right-click here, paste settings. It was just dumb. What I just did was super dumb. Now what I need to do is just add the margin back. I need a little bit more margin for this particular area just because it's a comment. You know what I mean? So I'll set the margin to 22. All right. There you go. So now you can have it look better. And actually, for this particular situation, we're going to move this up just a smidgen, move this up just a smidgen, give us some room to breathe. All right. Right? It's been like since January, Andy. Andy's a moderator, too. He should be fired. All right. So let's go here. Here's a new thing. What you need to do is, let's go to text. All right. So you need to know what you normally put for your lower third, right? There's my lower third. I know that my font is this, and I know that I start this at 64, and this starts at 48, okay? I also know that this is going to be semi-bold, and I also know that this is going to be thin or extra light, whichever, doesn't matter. So all you do is you take that, you make that, size it how you normally would size it, embiggen it how you normally would embiggen it, and just leave it on this page down here in the corner. Okay. I also know that I'm going to need some text boxes to explain some stuff, right? So I'm going to click another text box, and then I'm going to paste in that. I'm going to highlight all of this, stick to the same font, go to regular, and I'll probably rock this at like 24. Bam. So I can paste that. This is a dynamic shape text box, so I can leave that in here, right? This is just a sample a little example of how it could come to something my own. All right. I also know that I'm going to put a camera, and the camera's going to live in there. All right. So I'm going to put my camera over here. Right? Again, these are the days. I'm going to hit this thing right here, and I'm going to unembiggen it, and I'm going to say square. Then I'm going to kill the gradient. I don't use gradients at all. And then I'm going to take the border. I don't use border at all. And I'm going to come in here to the colors. Colors. Now, if you've been around me, I have all my color palettes set up. I build my color palettes in the Ecam of E. I'm going to do something crazy right now, and I'm going to go get a new color palette. All right? Just to make life easier, I'm going to bring this over here. Pop. That's my color palette. Don't want to do that. Let's go to the home page. Go away. Man, if I already accepted the cookies, don't ever ask me that question again. So irritating. I hate that. I hate websites that do that, and that's 80% of them. But, honestly, if I already accepted the cookies, you should know that. All right, let's do something cray-cray here. Let's go. I want something different from what we already got. None of this is making me happy. All right, this is weird. Let's just pick this one. All right. So I'm going to go open this palette. Okay. So in here, I got my little colors. I can click that one. Click on this pencil thing. Go to this and say new. And then I want to go and change this color palette. So paste that in. There's a new one, right? I'm going to drop it right here. All right, I'm going to come back to this. It's almost the same, but not really. But I'm going to click this. I'm going to paste in the right number. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to put this in here. All right? And this one's actually 2. You could actually put your names in. I did, because that's just me. But now we got those 2. So we're going to click this one. The numbers are right here at the top, by the way, too. So the same numbers that are down here are right here on the top. So anyway, if you just click it, it copies it to the clipboard. So I can go to this thing, go back to here, paste it in. Drag it in. 3. You see it? I mean, it's a pattern, right? You catching the pattern? So you build your palettes. You set this up once. You never have to do it again. But you also don't have to hunt all over the creation to find out your colors when it's time for you to build something. Like, people be looking for it. I just leave it where it be. You know what I'm saying? All right. And anyway, I'll show you the safekeeping spot in just a little second. Right? So I paste this in. And then go back to here. Bam. So now we got it. All right, so here's the palette. We're going to rename this. Bam. And then I'm going to take this actual set of hexes, copy those. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pencil, crown, 2. pencil 3. Pencil 4. Pencil 5. Okay, so now we got our whole color palette right there. And then even hit the little text box. Bingo. Actually, I want the naked text box. Just naked. So I will paste this in. And go to edit background, color none, border none, bingo. And you can enlarge it, and this doesn't have any order. You just kind of style it how you style it, right? So I know what my cameras look like. I know what my hex codes look like. I know what this looks like. I know what this looks like. You know what I'm saying? And then I know what my font looks like. So I got that. So I'm going to just copy this. Command backspace takes you to where you were. Paste it in. And then I'm going to go to this. Copy this. Command backspace. Paste it in. Command backspace. I know what my cameras are going to be the same. Right? So I can just grab all of those and the audio, copy those, command backspace, paste it in. Those are just text lines to, let me know where things go. I just realized I have a typo. That's it. I mean, literally, that's all it is. I just take the things that I know that I'm going to use. And if I come up with something crazy, like I need to add, I just add another one. And I had these little pictures to remind me of my settings. So, unfortunately, the bubbles didn't keep. And this is just a picture to remind me of what it looks like when I got it, right? So, if I go back to where I was and I double click this, I can Command Shift 4, make a little copy, drag and drip it in there, unembiggen it to taste. And then I take this one again, go to edit text, place it where it needs to be placed. Don't do that. You just move my box. Command Shift 4, screen shoot, drop it in there. And again, unembiggen it to taste. That's really all it is to it. You just, the things that you know you need to remember what they are, you place them in a manner that will help you remember what they are. That's kind of sort of it. I don't need the word HDMI here just to make it fit. I know what it is. So that's the setup, legit. And you just make this page and, I don't think I have anything else in there. Oh, yeah, I like my reminder. I like to reset my audio levels to 80. That's just a reminder for me. So I'll put that there as well. Anything that will help you remember how you did it, that's what you're going to do. That's how you set that up. Easy peasy, cover greasy. Andy, stupid. Oh, yeah, name your scenes, people. Do not make the mistake. There you go. Okay, so we got that part covered. Let me bring up my audio stuff because I do not like having it missing. I just turn these off so that it doesn't freak people out in the beginning. Let's see. Yes. Boom, glad you got it. Yeah, simple. It's really a matter of just taking out all you need to do and just remembering it. So, boom, There was not a. I swear, as sure as grits is grocery, there was nothing advanced about what I did. Nothing. I just took the settings that I use all the time and saved them on the page because I don't want to have to think about it when it's time to recreate on the fly. So when people come to the show and, I can bust up a window really, really quick and make it match everything. Everyone's like, how'd you make that so fast? Because I know what my settings are. But I don't have to know what they are because I can just go grab it. You know what I mean? And so all I have to do is hit preview mode. Preview mode is here. This is what the people on the planet will see. Nothing that happens in the back. So this preview is what you guys would see on YouTube if I weren't in demo mode. Nothing that happens back here shows up until you press publish. So I could completely come in and rebuild an entire scene and set it up and do all kind of weird things. And then right when I'm ready to go, I hit publish and there'd be an action. So if all of a sudden I'm doing my show, I got me and the guest, and then Aubrey decides she won't bring her butt up in here, all I have to do is hit this and I could drip down to my mechanical scene real quick and I could grab this camera, right? Copy it, go back to my blank scene, pop it in, put it in position, go like that. That should be enough for 3 people. Then drag another one, and then drag another one, and then line these up so they fit. And I was quite wrong about the 3 people. Oh, I missed it by a smidgen. So I can do that real quick. Delete, pop that one. Pop that one. And I actually have a 3 up already built, so I could just double click that and open that up at the same time. You can use your arrow keys to nudge things over, but now that that's all in position, all I would do is go back to that mechanical scene, grab the lower third, copy that, pop it back up. All the while I'm live talking to you guys, right? Nobody's paying attention. Ooh, do not grab that. And I would be able to do like that, drag that, and then at the very end, all I need is a comment box. So I can just come to my overlays window real quick, hit add a comment placeholder overlay. We're going to make this one big because we got space. And we're going to pop it just like that. And then all I have to do is hit publish. And then I could put me and my other guest on and could run the whole rest of the show just like this. Like the thing, I accidentally hit something, Neil. My bad. That was not supposed to do that. Anyway, the thing is, konnichiwa. Nani ya de no? So, anyway, the reason why any of us can do any of the things that we do, it's on. It's on, Andy. Actually, I barely use it, Whistle Pig, but if I need to, I can. The reason why I don't normally use it is because I show you what I'm doing live, right? I am the person. I don't think any of this is so serious that I need to hide anything from the people. I'm like, hey, people, hold on. Let me build this real quick. And I normally build it in front because I want them to see the power of Ecam. So there's that. Where the heck is my phone? Andy is, I don't know what Andy is doing because it works. But I'm going to Slack you, Andy. Slack with the CK people. Not what you thought you heard. Bingo. There you go. Gabe, what it do? What it do? All right. So, yeah, the thing is, the reason why any of us can do what we do at the speed we do it is from a lot of practice. The demo as it stands right now, I'm like 170 deep every single Friday, not to mention the 6 shows a week that I do, by myself. Andy, so try a different browser. Oh, hold on. I'm going to turn it on and off. Turn it off. Turn it on. It's normally the browser is being dumb. It should work. There you go. Uh-oh. It just worked and it stopped working because I turned it on and off. Anyway, all the things that got you guys worried about being able to do this, you're only going to be able to do this by practicing. You literally have to just keep doing it. It's nothing more, nothing less. You just got to do it. And everybody thinks there's some shortcut or they're going to learn how to do this. And the only way you're going to be able to do this quickly is by doing it. All right. So anyway, let's go build something real quick. So I had already built this scene. Oh, you ding dong. I'm putting my headphones in so I can hear, but I'm going to just show you how this works. I'm going to assign Andy to guest 1. I'm going to stop it with the ISO recording. I'm going to assign DC to guest 2. And then all I need to do is bingo bango, come here, and I can just drop Andy there. And then I can take this, assign it to DC, and I'm going to stop this ISO recording altogether in a second because you're getting on my nerves. Hold on. And then I'm going to be bam. All right, cool. Got it. Now you shouldn't give me any issues. There. So, super simple. Now it's set up. Let me turn my speakers off because, everyone's going to go, oh, my God, there's an echo. No, it's not. Andy, what in the heck are you doing?
I'm on my phone, and I flipped the phone sideways so I could put my AirPods in.
Yeah. Gabe says, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. People, you got to do it. For a couple of months, my guests sit in the green screen, and I can't see them unless I toggle off enemy. No, that's not new. What happens is you have to assign them to a spot. If you don't assign them to the spot, they're not actually in the show yet. And while Andy and Daniel make everybody puke. Yeah. So since they're here, let me show you a couple of stuff for the new folks, right? Now, I normally set this differently, but I'm going to show you guys. So Andy's here. Right now his level's fine, but normally before I start, I like to start with the guest levels here and make them turn it up before we get started. And then if somebody says anything, I have a little bit of space. That's why in my scene over here, it says set the audio levels to 80. That includes setting these up when you start your tech check. You start these here. If you keep starting them at 100, which everybody does, Katie, and then you got to come over here, and this is at 100, which everybody does, Katie, and the audience person says, hey, can you turn up, Adrian says, hey, can you turn this person up a little bit? You'd be like, what? No, you got no space because you started everything on full blast. So you should always start all your shows with your audio set to 80. That gives you room. Now, earlier, Saeed came in and said, oh, I can't hear you, so I cranked it up to 91, and I should have known never to listen to that dude because I always say never listen to the first person that tells you to turn it up because you're going to make an adjustment and everybody else is fine, and then now you're going to sound like crap for the whole rest of the show. You need 3 or 4 people to come in and be like, your sound sounds dumb. Okay, so let me set this and see. What are you microphoning on, Daniel?
Just my Sony headset.
All right, see, that sounds pretty good. It's a
Testing
little
1,
heat.
2, 3.
It's a little heat, but it's good. And Andy is just microphoning on the iPhone.
I have my AirPods in.
Oh, AirPods. Oh, God. People, when guests come on your show with AirPods, kick them off immediately. There's
No, listen, I normally do. I normally don't use this. I have a Rodecaster. I've got full setup, but
Oh, so you're
at
gonna
work today.
ruin my show? No, seriously, people will like to come on your show with Bluetooth headphones, and it normally drops or causes issue. When at all possible, try to make them not do it. It's good for the demo because you guys can hear. Both of them have good versions of Bluetooth headphones right now. The Sony W1000,
XM5?
WXM 1000.
XM5s, bro. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He went all the way there. Anyway, any of the higher end Sonys are really good. A lot of your Bose QCs are really good. Your Apples are really good. But if they're coming in with costs that they bought from Ross's in the $5 shelf, you can have a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sandy, the reason why you also want to assign them is, Daniel, you want to dip and come back real quick? That's it.
Sure.
And I'm not going to touch anything, Sandy. I'll leave my hands over here. Because I assigned Daniel as guest 2, if his internet was to do what it just did, normally I would have a picture of Daniel back there. But when he comes back, I don't have to touch anything. He's just going to, all I have to do is answer the phone, and then he should pop right back in the same spot. That's the reason why you assign people to where they go. So in case you have a problem, it instantly puts them back where they go in the same position.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does anybody have questions on how to get gray stuff to grow out the bottom of your face?
That's what I was just gonna say. What is this common theme going on here?
Yeah, I just cut mine yesterday. It was getting a little psycho. I just cut it off yesterday. Oh, so yeah. Again, all the new people ask questions. I know that Adrian is here, and I know that Yolanda is here, and we had other new person that's not Neil. Where'd he go? Why am I missing? Scrolling. This is why I should make I should just star the new people so you can always find them by just hitting the favorites. So, there was Yolanda. Okay, who's watching the stream in another window?
It was an accident. I didn't mean to.
See, this is why.
Forgive me, Doc. Forgive me.
This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. Oh my God. Oh man, where did it go?
Just so everybody knows, it's actually that was done on purpose because your guests are probably going to do that, and that's what happens. And the producer who doesn't know that that's happening or is going to happen is thinking something's wrong with their setup.
Yes.
And then they're going to freak out.
There you go. So that was Ken. Oh yeah. Yo, this is why is everyone named me? Well, it's hard being me. Let me show you let me fix this on the fly then, okay? Dame John, so that. Okay, let's do this.
I gotta start saying words like embiggen, and if I'm gonna be
Andy Rock is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's just do that. Here, I'm gonna make it even more weird. Okay.
Daniel Pebble.
There you go. And then let's see, he's from up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
This is definitely Daniel right there.
That's a good one.
Daniel breaks everything. Okay, look, inside baseball, new people, Ken and Glenn will make an update and say, Daniel, check this out. And Daniel will find a way to break it, like every time. It's pretty comical. And it's a running joke now. So I think they depend on Daniel to find something that they can fix. The breaker of things.
It's all in the name of making things better. Yeah.
Hey, it's do you remember Game of Thrones? It's like that shirt, I drink and I know things. You need one that says that I test and I break things. Like that is the most perfect thing. I'm sorry, Jeremy, there's no help for you today. So super cool. And again, a lot of people are super intimidated by interview mode. And I'll show you a couple tips why I got my experts here today. Okay, so let's do something real fast. I'm going to make another scene real quick. And here's what I love about Ecam. I can grab from the camera panel a little picture of my head. and I can stick it right there. Then I should be able to grab a panel of Daniel, and it's already properly sized. And then I can grab Andrew and pop him here, already properly sized. And then I'm going to hit the screen share button, and then I'm going to embiggen it like such. Click on the pencil, click on this, and select Ecam Live Sound Levels. Boom. Now everybody's in here. Now, here's what I want you to see. Now, you're not going to have this bottom one because I'm using the beta. You can go get the beta and play yourself. All right, so when I am talking, you see that the DLZ Creator XS, that is my interface right now, that is the only thing that's moving. When I silence, let me make sure, let me turn off 9 and 10. This might not work. Try to say something.
Hey,
Testing.
Doc, it's Andy.
Something.
All right, so when they talk, my top bar does not move at all, right? And what that means is that my audio is properly routed. If you hear any weird sounds coming back that you like to call echo, which I call slapback because that's the proper term, it is because you have your system set up in a manner that when they talk, it comes back into your interface. Okay? So in this particular interface, I have a button that says for my USB channel, turn mix minus on. And what mix minus does is it sends Daniel and Andy everything that I am doing or saying, any music that I would play,
DJ Doc Rock.
that all goes to their head. But when they talk, their sound does not come back to their head. And therefore, there's no loop, there's no slapback, or what you would neophytes like to call echo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything more intelligent to add to that explanation, Daniel?
No, not really. Other than I think the interview guest line is really hot right now, as you can see in your sound levels.
Yeah,
I'm having a feeling that we sound a lot louder than you.
Yeah,
Turn it
because
down to 80.
I was messing with that. My bad.
There we go. So that actually, you know, if you are producing your own shows or other people's shows, this is a really important panel for you to look at. Always look at this panel. I can't tell you how many times in the Ecam community we see people talking about echo, talking about slapback, and they know all the terms, and that's all cool. But we always say, go back to this panel and take a look at what's moving, because this is going to tell you the truth, right? And you know, the software, it's not the software, it's the configuration that you have that's not working. So, you know, while I'm a huge lover of, you know, the Rodecaster Pro 2 and, you know, the DLZ Creator is an amazing piece of hardware, I think you've got to know how to use it if you're going to get it. So look at the instructions, go look at YouTube, go on, you know, into the communities and start talking about it and asking about it. Don't just plug it in and pray that everything's going to work out perfectly fine out of the box.
You mean know
generally
how to use
speaking,
your
it
stuff?
should.
What a novel concept.
It's crazy. I know it's crazy, but definitely, you know, it's. I'm telling you. I mean, we got so many users on Ecam, and then when it's working, we know it's working. But generally speaking, when it's not, something's not configured right on your computer. So always look at this at any given time. Always take a quick glance at the sound level panel, because if something green is moving and it shouldn't be, it's going to be in your recording and it's going to be in your live stream. So keep an eye out on that.
Here, I'm going to do something real quick while we're doing this. And I'm going to input this back to center.
And on this panel that you're showing here, Doc, the interview guest slider is for all volume of all internet or all interview guests. But if you want to, like, let's say, turn Daniel down because he's talking too much or too loud, grab it over there in the window where you see his full picture, and then you can change the volume of just Daniel.
Correct.
Yep, right there.
So now what I'm going to do is, while they're just to show you that has nothing to do with the Rodecaster Pro or whatever, I'm going to take and plug in this Shure and give it a second to wake up. I'm going to also open up the Motive Mix app. It's probably going to ask me to update because it's in beta. Now, I've never set this up. I don't need to see there again. I know how to work this thing. But we'll see if it works, right? So what I'm going to do is move this and drop in the shore. You guys can hear me because I moved it over here. Hold on. I'm going to change this to... Now you should be able to hear me.
Yeah, we can.
And look, so even now, my fancy mixer, because all I have is a USB mic, even my simple USB mic, it just works, right? All I did was move this over here, and now it does exactly what it is it was supposed to do. I just moved this out the way. I'll mute that so you don't hear any weird sounds. And even with something as simple as a plain Jane USB microphone with a simple cord, knowing how to use your kit is the difference between failure and success. So all I did was add in the microphone that I'm talking on and drop that in like it's hot. And whoever mentioned it, I think it was Andy, who, when I said, I was telling Matthias to use this app to try to see if he can make his app better. It's cool because you're right. All the other microphones that I have just show up in here. So very cool. If I wanted to add the DLZ creator, I could. And now I can talk in both of these microphones simultaneously. And now we sound like, hi, I'm the president.
Hey, Doc, I've got a question for you as somebody who streams often and things like that. What are your thoughts on always having a backup microphone connected to your computer?
24/7, 365. I always have the backup mic connected to the computer. The other thing that I like to keep on deck is, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner in my Godcam, I have my DJI or my Rode sitting right here on the desk, and I can simply just pull this out, pop a USB cable in here, pop this on my shirt, and go straight to action. Prior to this particular update, what I used was right here in the drawer. Just because I said that, it's not here in the drawer. What I used was this guy. I always kept this Rode because it's a simple USB, plug it in, sit it on the table, and it's like a little Rode shit gun, and it would just sit right there.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
I
100%.
believe always, even if it's nothing but your iPhone headphones microphone, it's better than not being able to continue the conversation. So you could take your iPhone's headphone microphone and plug it directly into your Thunderbolt or USB dock and set it up ready to go. So yes, good tip, Daniel.
Exactly.
Daniel with a fire tip.
Daniel for the win.
That is another piece of software, Andy. With the dumbest name. Look, I even have, because Paul teases me about being what do you call it? What's that lady with the bag? Mary Poppins. I even have my other DJI just sitting here ready to go at any given moment. If I need to grab it, I can just pull it right from behind this microphone and go straight to town. So good answer. Good answer. All right, let's see. It's people who are new, especially when it comes to sound, this is the time where you should jump in and posit said questions. Let me move this. This is not a move mic. This is an MV7X Plus. MV7 Plus. Yes. I love this mic. This mic is so good.
It's a great on-the-go mic for sure.
Move that out the way. We had some more questions this week in the regular Ecam group. We had somebody asked a question. I thought it was really funny. He said, "How many characters can you put in the scrolling ticker box?" And so, me being me, 500,000 plus. I gave up after I got to 500,000. So,
did you count each and every one of those characters?
Yeah, sure? I did. Yeah, just because you just hit Command Shift C in Google Docs, it does word count. It tells you what it is. So it gives you the stats. But the fact that I was able to pull out 500,000 characters was just bona fide hilarious to me. It was so good. It was so good.
Roughly, give or take. Let's just put it
Yeah, yeah. Well, and what happened was Google Docs got pissed at me, and it was like, I can't save this document anymore. Because I just kept pasting and pasting and pasting.
Oh.
And Google Docs was like, no, it's only a 1.5 megabyte document, but I think it's just because I flooded the paste barrier, because I was going to paste. I pasted it for like 10 minutes while I was watching TV. I just kept hitting the paste button. And then when it got mad, I was like, okay, that should be enough. And then when I did the character count, and it came up to like 934 pages, 1,400,000 and something, whatever. It just didn't work, and it just went.
So essentially, you got to be streaming for about 3 years before you hit the end of that ticker.
100%.
Right.
100%.
So yeah,
well,
it's all
normally
good.
Things in straight text normally don't have a character limit per se. I think Twitter messed everybody up with that, so it kind of got stuck. Thank you, Unwrap Love, for sending the super chat. By the way, I meant to say that while I was showing the situation. But yeah, super cool. Oh, since we're here, let me show you this. So if you notice down here in the bottom, the super chat does come in here in comments and reaction. I can also see that 23 people are watching, but only 13 people have hit the thumb. And that is just rude. So I have the
What's wrong with
there,
you people?
and then here's all the alls. So if I wanted to see like MICROPHONE, bingo, bango. Oh, I missed. You can search in this box. And then I can see that, Mateus had that comment. So what I can do is I can star that comment. And then when I come over to the favorites box, I can see and make sure that I covered that. And once I covered that, I can remove that. And then that sort of goes that way. What else have we not shown for a hot minute that's really important? Oh, I can show camera effects. Now, Daniel and Andy are both looking perfectly fine, which goes to prove that even an iPhone can look good. But if I wanted to make adjustments, I could go to click on this little pencil next to Daniel's head and my camera switcher. And so now I am controlling Daniel's camera. So I can click on the green screen and we can disappear Daniel. He doesn't have any blue, so it's not going to really work. But if he had a proper green or blue background, you would be able to do that. I have the ability to do zoom and pan.
Screen plant.
Oh, yeah. So if I do the green screen now, Daniel, you're super handy. Look, the plant is gone. The plant is gone.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Creepy. It's so creepy. Well, zoom and pan is really handy because it allows you to make adjustments if anybody was taller or not. Right now, our heads are, basically sized properly. I do have some picture controls. I normally just tell the person to come correct in the beginning. But if we wanted to he's Canadian, but we wanted to give him a little tan, we can do that. If we wanted to jaundice him, we could do that. And then, look, Daniel's embarrassed. You can do that. I normally leave all of these set to 0, basically, but you do have some stuff like gamma will give you a little contrast. It's an oversimplified explanation of what gamma does, but it's similar in the contrast situation. Then if something was backwards, I can flip. I can turn Daniel into Daniel Noir. We can go country western Daniel, or we can witness protection Daniel. So that way,
Hello.
he's like, yeah, I didn't see nothing. So
I don't know what
you
you're
have
talking
all those
about.
things capable. You can flip folks around, which comes in handy. And if you needed to, you could apply that to all the scenes. So super handy. Go in your camera effects. You can do all of the above. Again, I normally leave everything set to normal. Now, we also have, this one won't make sense, so I'm going to make it make sense easier. Actually, I just realized something, dudes. We don't support Cube. I thought we did.
Yeah, we did.
But the other day, I was in here. Oh, do you know you cannot search for .cube? If you try to search for .cube, it goes psycho. It just closes the window.
What?
Weird.
Maybe it's
some
just
hidden
me.
stuff.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I could
think
swear it got a cube in there.
hold on, let me see if I can do it real quick then. So I go in here, Osmo Pocket E, here's a cube. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my old Osmo Pocket tray, and then I'm gonna get my little cabinet over here, and I'm gonna plug it in. The reason why I'm using this is I have it set for D-Log. Complicated
Nice.
word for flat picture profile. So I'm gonna turn it on real quick, and then wait for
All
it
right,
to say
gentlemen, I
webcam.
actually have to run, but I
All right,
will. I'll catch you later.
man, you act like you
All
do
right.
work. That's the
Cheers, bud.
funniest thing, bro.
Well,
We
I
we
try.
know
Just do
good
this.
and
Pretend you're
well.
working.
Yeah.
It's like that cat. All right, Andy.
All right. See you.
All right, so I'm gonna replace
Yeah.
Andy's face with the Go away for a second. With the Osmo Pocket, so I can take the Osmo Pocket camera, just drop it right in, and then let me go to the wide, and then flip it around to my face. And right now, this is shooting in a log profile, but let me make sure I didn't break it.
Looks too good.
Yeah, it looks too good. That's weird. Go to Pro. Go back to Pro. Bingo. Exposure, white balance. Custom. Nope. Yeah, stay there.
Does that actually do log over HDMI though?
Oh, that's why. Oh, I got it. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Not going to work. Well,
If you got a Sony, you've got a handy Sony, you can do that.
I do, but then I have to get a tripod and a bunch of other stuff.
Whatever.
Let's try
Excuses.
this.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's try this one. Oh, yeah, it doesn't do log over the cable. How dumb is that?
Yeah, webcam mode doesn't allow log, Jeremy says.
And I know Jeremy tested it. Okay, US and B. Oh, yeah, this camera is also stupid. When you do USB, you have to, what's the terminology? You have to put it in video mode first. Like, come on, dude. Don't be dumb. It's funny because engineers do all of this work to make the stuff so easy, and then they get to the simplest part, and then they forget. And they do something stupid. Oh, never mind. Anyway.
As you're tinkering around with that, some of the things that folks will want to look at in the camera effects window is that you can see Doc actually edited a placeholder rather than a camera feed. So if you're noticing that you are making changes in the camera effects, but it's not changing the actual camera view of what you're seeing in your scene, make sure you've got either the placeholder selected or the camera selected, because those are going to be two different things.
That's good piece of information. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see if this will work. Daniel had to go and make life hard today.
You know, just always trying to push you to, improving day by day, 1% better.
What I'll be super curious though, have we ever done picture profiles on Sony over the cable?
I did. I do.
Okay.
S-Log 3? I think it's 3.
Okay, I got S-Log 3 right now.
Yeah.
And let's pop in the old USB-C cable. Live streaming. Do not show me this crap again. Okay. Okay, so now it says live streaming. And let me hit a placeholder.
And did you set people up like what you're actually trying to do? What is you talk about log at the flat picture?
Yes.
But why?
Flat picture. Because it gives you more control. We definitely don't want F9. It gives you more control over the colors. You can make adjustments. And some people, for whatever god awful reason, they just like the look.
Yeah.
And it's really hard
Actually,
to
yeah,
tell.
Jeremy says S-Log works, but maybe only over HDMI. I think he might be right.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
all of them are
essentially,
like that.
folks, log, there's going to be S-Log, which is Sony log. I think Nikon is N-Log and Canon is C-Log and all that stuff. Basically, it's a flat picture profile. When you look at it, it's going to be gray. So your bright skies are going to be gray, your dark colors are going to be gray, and it looks really horrible. But once you add a picture LUT to it, what ends up happening is some magic stuff. You can change the contrast, you can change the temperatures, you can change everything, but it's just a nicer picture, better picture control, more of that cinematic, almost like that DRM kind of a look. So it depends. And Marshall's got some great videos. Stop picking my face. Marshall's got some great videos out there on LUTs. I think you got several LUT videos out there as well, right, Doc?
Yeah, well, here's what I'm trying to help people get their head around. A LUT will not magically make your picture better. A LUT is to take a good picture and make it different. LUT doesn't mean better. LUT means different, right? Because in the lookup table, I can say everywhere you see red or any shades of red or this specific color red, turn it blue. And all the rest of the reds will be fine, but my hat will turn blue. You've seen that a lot in 80s music videos and things of that nature, right? Where everything's in black and white. The girl's dress is simply irresistible. It's in color, right?
Yeah.
So that's what that's for. People think like LUT is equal to Instagram filter, and that is not the case. No, not the same. So on my camera, my default camera, I believe I have, no, actually I don't. I used to have the Studio Glow from, what is this company called? Editor Keys. But let me see if I can grab it real quick. I'll show you. I'll put it on Daniel's camera. EDITORKEYS. Fine. And this one's, I believe it's free if I remember correctly. Editor Keys, Cinematic Loots. And I'm going to grab Studio Glow. So I can take Daniel's camera. I can select LUT. It's going to bring this package up. And then I'm going to grab Studio Glow. And all this is going to do is give a wee bit of like warmth to Daniel's camera, right? It's not changing his picture. It's not making it better. It just adds a little bit of warmth. Because of where Daniel is, his sun is different from me. I'm in the tropics. My picture's always going to be warm, right? That's just the nature of where I am on the planet. Him being in Canada, their sun is for the most part cool. It has to do with where they're placed on the earth. So if I was outside, he was outside, and I wanted our tones to look better, I could add the Studio Glow. It's going to add a little bit of warmth and automatically make the pictures closer together.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Now I got some blood in my face, which is nice.
Yeah, it's
good.
You can get this one for free. It comes from Editor Keys. They're going to make you do a survey or something, but you can get it. I could even do something crazy like there's one here called 4K Grain. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, actually, it won't work. But what I will do is do the forest look. Now, Daniel looks high contrast. Now, normally on the LUT, you don't want to come in all the way full. This is all the way off. This is all the way on. You normally want to be somewhere in the middle. Most cases, you don't want to blast the LUT on full blast. It just looks weird. You know what I mean? So, yeah, very cool. All right, fam, you guys, anybody, any more questions? Drop them in real quick. Otherwise, we're going to go eat lunch. Well, it's probably dinner time where you're at.
Sounds good. No, it's lunchtime. It's late lunch. It's second lunchtime is what that is.
So what are you working on now? What's your most intriguing thing you're working on at the moment?
Creating new content for new Ecammers. One of the things I've identified is that we're bringing on a lot of new people into the Ecam world. I don't work for Ecam, folks. I just, am a huge fanboy. I'd say probably one of the biggest ones out there. I use it for a lot of professional productions. But really, it's like I've been always the guy in the back end, right? The background, just, getting other people online. So I'm now switching that up, and y'all are going to be seeing a lot more content from me, answering a lot more questions. Just because, I love Ecam. I'm still wearing my Ecam Creator Camp shirt, y'all. Like,
I was wore that one today.
If y'all,
but look,
yeah,
Regular Ecam merch. Oh yeah, camp is coming. By the way, I know you're already coming, so that's a dumb question. I know Hank's already coming. Paul's going to give you a link. I think Paul told me that we are 80% sold out, so we only got a couple slots left. So jump in before you get sad and say that you can't come, and then you go, oh, I didn't get to go to camp. Hey, listen to Paul. Paul's going to give you the link. So I was gonna tell you something. And my brain just went dumb. Oh my God, that just went right out the window. I don't know what happened. My brain just totally got lost. Anyway, we'll figure it out at some moment in time. But yeah, I love the fact that we get to play this stuff all the time. And if you didn't get a chance to hear the whole thing yesterday, Andy's conversation about what he's doing with Zoom and how he's making it work is like super good. Adrian, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Mark said, how did you find the dot cube? I knew the name of the creator of the pack, so I looked that way. And maybe it's not, I haven't tested on a different computer, but for some reason on my Mac Studio, if I do a search for dot cube, it just closes the search window. And it used to be, please do not type this. I don't know if it works or if it's fixed or not. It used to be in Mac OS. If you search for .Sony, it would kernel panic and shut down your computer. Something from way back.
And you know what everyone's going to do now, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden we watch our viewers go down to 3 because the other people just typed
It was
in
something
.Sony.
to do with the old floppy drive from way back in the day on the SE30, and nobody ever took it out. So I believe all the way up to like Mac OS 9, if you were to type or name a file .Sony, it would like slam your computer. So yeah, I don't know how the .cube thing works, but yeah, it works.
Well, Creator Camp, folks, coming up. If you're not looking at the chat right now, Mr. Moderator, there's only 25 spaces left. That is a very little amount. And I'm telling you, man, that was one of the best like local events I've ever been to be honest with you. It was one of the best.
It was super fun.
Super fun. I did the haunted tour. What did you do?
I did haunted tour too because I had fun watching Johnny run down the street. Look, and then you can take cool pictures like us. Look, Daniel thought he was what is the word? Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Oh man, like an amazing event. Totally worth it, folks. Do show up. You're gonna not only just learn a lot of cool things about Ecamm and how to incorporate Ecamm into every aspect of your professional and personal life. How to improve your marriage. Just kidding about that part. But you could also, meet a lot of cool people from the community. Like, I mean, seeing Doc online is one thing. Seeing him in person and being able to give him a big, man hug is a great thing. So do definitely get your tickets ASAP, book your flights, show up, and we'll see you at camp in October.
Dude, you know what I'm the most excited about for camp this year is building, like, I think one of the things that I had a lot of fun last year was when you guys were like, how do I build this situation for this? Or how do I build this for this? So we were building custom setups on the fly. And just so you know, we're not going to, let me explain this to anybody who's still thinking about it. We're not going to sit you in a room and talk at you and have you take notes and you're going to go home and think you're going to remember. Nuh-uh. We actually, you have to build the set. And then the teachers stand around and watch you build it. I was doing fun things like going around and unplugging stuff while people are building because I wanted them to learn how to troubleshoot on the fly. Tatiana was like, I need to know how to build a, what do you call this thing in the front? A teleprompter. I need to know how to build this teleprompter really quickly. And I've been afraid to do it. So she brought it and I said, okay, we're going to set it up. So we set it up live. We learned how to white balance cameras properly live. Everybody had a chance to white balance. Everybody had a chance to set up mixers and set up microphones. This was my class. I don't know what they did in other classes, but like Marshall had people working on logos and stuff on the fly. Jill and Stephanie had you learning how to build out your show, like properly build out your show so you can run it, correctly. So it isn't just going to be a bunch of lectures where you listen to a bunch of nerds talk to you. We could do that on TV. We do this every week. But in this one, you're gonna get your hands dirty. So you're gonna do some stuff. And the every night after parties across the street at the beer brewery. all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And Aubrey is going to sing
Little bit of fun.
Okay. So just saying. Get yourself in there. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait. Daniel, thanks for jumping on today, brother. Super helpful.
My pleasure. Thanks, everybody.
All right, gang. Every Friday we do this here demo thing. Y'all make sure y'all come through. If you have any questions for us, it's supportdesk@ecam.com, marketing@ecam.com, or Paul, the moderator, at ecam.com. Send your complaints to Paul at ecam.com. You got that, Hank? Send all complaints to Paul at ecam.com. Yes, Yolanda, I want to see you. It's not that far a drive from B-More. Get your butt up there. Let's go. Mahalo, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Aloha. Hey, there's no music coming out. What the hang?